If you can meet our expectations, passing your CDL test should be a breeze. The CDL Skills Test itself comprises of 3 different parts. Pre-trip is the first. You may be selected to do what they call a partial, which is where they'll pick just a certain section of the vehicle, tractor or trailer, or maybe a small combination of both. And you'll be required to identify and talk about the components in that section. Or you may be selected to do a full pre-trip, which is all the components front to back on the entire vehicle. After you do the outside portion of the pre-trip, then they take you in and do the in-cab, where you'll be required to identify all the components inside the truck and perform what they call the lab test, your leaks, alarms, and buttons. Once you successfully pass the in-cab, then your pre-trip portion of the test is complete. There are different types of backs you must learn in order to be able to perform for the CDL test. You have your straight line back. There is the offset back, either sight side or blind side, so on your left or right side. Parallel back, either sight side or blind side, so on your left or right side. And then the last type of back is what they call an alley dock, or a 90-degree back. It's good to know all the backs, have a solid backing foundation, so regardless of what situation they ask you to back into, you'll be able to successfully pass it. After you complete and successfully pass the backing portion of the CDL test, then you move on to the road portion, or the driving portion of the CDL test. The road portion or driving portion of the CDL test is going to take you anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and 15, hour and a half. All examiners have a very specified route that they follow. You won't know that route prior to being on it. That route is going to present you with numerous traffic situations. You'll be required to make multiple lane changes throughout that route. You'll be required to make multiple right turns, multiple left turns. They'll be looking for how you control that vehicle in a traffic situation. They're looking for you to obey all the rules of the road, maintain control of that vehicle at all times, and be able to operate that vehicle in the flow of traffic without impeding traffic or causing any type of dangerous or illegal act. One of the things they look very heavily for on the road portion, or on the road test, they want to see that you're observant of everything going around. It's called a traffic check. There are numerous traffic checks that are scored as a part of that CDL test. Every intersection you go through, they want to see a traffic check. Every turn you make, they want to see multiple traffic checks back and forth. The driving test, you're allowed up to 30 marks or 30 errors during that drive portion of the exam. But again, that mark could be you didn't look both directions as you proceeded through that last intersection. There could be a mark. If you don't look both directions as you're executing a turn, they would mark you for another traffic check. If you grind a couple gears as you're shifting, they may mark you a point for shifting. If you don't turn your turn signal on early enough for a turn, or you don't turn it off after a turn, you wait too long, that's something they would mark you for. A lot of people get very worked up, they get very nervous, they get very anxious before the test and even during the test. And I get it, they've got a lot riding on this. They put a lot of effort into this, they want to be successful. Now they've got someone next to them judging how they're doing, scoring how they're doing. But I let everybody know that examiner isn't coming here to fail you. That's not their role. Only you can fail you. That examiner's job is just to observe your driving behaviors. And if you go out and execute flawlessly everything your instructor has taught you, all the skill sets you've learned during the program, everything you know to do, if you go out and execute those things flawlessly, passing your CDL test should be a breeze. Take control of that vehicle, be observant, aware of what's going on in your surroundings, in all traffic situations going on around you, know what's happening, respond to those things correctly, and confidently drive that vehicle the way you were taught to do it. We see folks quite often that will come to this program And they may have issues going on back at home, family issues, personal issues, whatever it may be. That makes it pretty difficult for them to be able to be successful in our program. The instructors actually will be very beneficial for anyone that has issues or struggles they might be dealing with at home. Getting that instructor's advice or feedback may be able to help them manage them to where they don't have to leave the program and they can put their attention and focus on learning what they came here to learn. It takes 100% commitment from your family. Okay? Your family has to be on board with you doing this. Your family has to know you're not going to be home every single night. Your family also has to know that you're out there and you're away from home and you're working for them. You're making all the right decisions out there and doing the job the safe way. You're going to see your pay increase year over year over year.